This is Tampa Bay sheepshead fishing right here.
Carlos, you tight?
Oh, bummer, man. Mine's a little bit bigger than yours.
Not so much.
I think so, dude. I think I got you.
Ho ho, what on?
CV Boats presents Florida Sport Fishing, television for the avid angler, powered by Mercury Marine.
Oh, yeah.
There's a sailfish. Already got a bite. Ridiculous.
Another one on, another one on. That's what it's all about right there. Nice jump.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Florida Sport Fishing TV proudly utilizes and endorses VMC Coastal Black Hooks, engineered to withstand the harshest saltwater environments. Salt Life Optics, Italian style and Zeiss lenses provide unparalleled contrast and clarity for finding fish faster. Tsunami, a complete line of tackle and tools designed and manufactured for maximum fish catching success. Boat Outfitters, from replacement parts to hard-to-find hardware, boat owners and builders count on BoatOutfitters.com. King Sailfish, providing anglers worldwide with the finest fish mounts. Visit KingSailfishMounts.com and order your trophy today.
This is Tampa Bay sheepshead fishing right here. We're in the middle of the bay, fishing on some rubble. You know, again, Tampa Bay is world-renowned, world-famous for snook, redfish, trout, tarpon, sheepshead, bluefish, Spanish mackerel, shark fishing. I mean, there's so many different fisheries here in Tampa Bay. It's an incredibly diverse venue. But the sheepshead fishing, especially in the wintertime, and here it is late February, is prime time. This is when you want to come out and target these fish. You know, all of the local bridges, everybody knows the Skyway Bridge. I mean, how many times can you watch people catch sheepshead at the Skyway Bridge? You know, that's a given. But there's a lot of other bridges in Tampa Bay, the Gandy Bridge, many other drawbridges that'll hold the sheepshead. In the middle of the bay are a ton of different little rock piles and reefs, you know, from debris from bridges that they've dumped out here and all sorts of jagged stuff on the bottom that's also going to hold sheepshead. And that's where we're starting right here early this morning. It's just trying to pick away at some of these fish on some of the rubble in the middle of the bay. There's plenty of charts that will reveal these spots. So if you need to know, you know, where they are, just refer to some waterproof charts or, you know, Captain Seagull's charts, and it'll show you where these spots are. As the morning progresses here, we're just waiting for that tide to turn. We want that incoming tide. And then we're gonna run up to a little industrial area, something probably that you've never seen before, okay? Really cool little spot. Not as scenic, you know, as you would expect, but it holds fish, and that's the bottom line. Good quality size sheepshead. That's a keeper.
Yeah.
Those are really good on the dinner table. Nothing the matter with taking a few of these home for dinner, that's for sure. Just follow the law, minimum 12 inches. You're allowed up to 15.
If you notice, every sheepshead's got a usual, that bar pattern. They usually have about 4 or 5 bars on them. And you gotta keep clear of these heavy dorsal spines. I mean, you get a piece of that spine stuck in you, it's gonna hurt. So I always grab the fish by the pliers, just easier. These also have gill rakers like snook on the outside here, right there, and that's a razor blade. So you go to grab the fish like this, you're actually gonna end up cutting the crap out of yourself.
Nice fish, nice fish.
And that is a big one.
Yeah, dude, nice one.
Bring them up.
Hey, easy.
Stop playing with them.
Finesse.
You're gonna
all
lose.
about finesse,
You're gonna
pal.
lose them though, dude.
Just get them in the net. It's all about finesse, pal.
Oh.
Thank you. Pow! Like that. Fat one right here, you can see, really, that's a good shot of the mouth of that one right there. That clearly explains why they're called sheepshead. And you can see, you know, I've talked about this before, you can tell a lot about a fish and its characteristics and feeding habits by its teeth. And when they've got those pebble-like teeth on the bottom of their jaw like that, and even up on top, hopefully you can see them on top too, those are crushers for shellfish and crustaceans. That fish clearly feeds on the bottom. You know, we're fishing shrimp here, which is of course a staple for sheepshead fishing, but mussels, clams, oysters, sand fleas, fiddler crabs, it's all gonna work. They'll eat it all. This one sucked down a shrimp.
Yeah, that's a decent one. It's a keeper.
Yeah, that might be a keeper.
That is
nice.
a keeper, dude.
Nice, fatty. Good one right here. Ooh, I can't even get him up off the bottom. Gotta be gentle with these fish. There's a lot of rubble down there, especially the bigger ones. Just take your time.
That's a big grunt, dude.
That is a giant grunt.
That's a big old grunt.
You'll eat that.
That's like a snapper. Absolutely.
Here's just a perfect example. You could see how that hook is just right in the corner of his lip right there. You know, easy to pop that out. Pretty fish. Ooh, there you go. Nice.
Oh, that's a big one.
That's a big one. Nice, baby. Woo! Nice. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about right there. Carlos just put a nice one in the boat right here, middle of Tampa Bay, on a rubble pile, sticking with it, you know, weeding through all of the little ones, and got a nice little fat sheepshead right here, exactly what we're after. You know, not as glamorous as some of the, you know, other species in the bay, big giant snook, tarpon, redfish, but certainly one of the best eating fish that you're gonna catch anywhere. And a hard fighter as well on the ultralight tackle on the 10-pound test, a really hard fighting fish.
What's going on with their tails? We've noticed a lot of them.
Yeah, we have noticed a lot that have that tail like that. It's believed that a lot of these breeding size fish will, you know, will fan in the bottom.
Sammy.
Sorry about that, pal. You know, will fan all in the bottom with their tail. Pretty much like you see fish do in an aquarium, but in the real world scenario, and they'll beat up their tail. Also, a lot of these fish get aggressive when they're mating. You know, it's not uncommon for fish to nip at each other. Males compete for females. You know, it's a fish eat fish world out there, and it's not really where someone's trying to eat this fish, but it's just part of his life cycle, you know, part of his habit. Just trying to dig in the bottom and competing with other fish, so he's gonna get some war wounds. But nothing the matter with the fish. It's not a parasite, it's not a disease. You know, that fish is perfectly healthy and is gonna be great on your grill. Hey, tell you what, we'll be right back.
The award-winning Z Performance line from CV raises the bar. It's not just fast. It's not just fuel efficient. The CVZ is the entire package. It offers the perfect balance, safe, predictable handling during hard turns and at high speed. And most importantly, the Z stays on plane at lower speeds, so it can comfortably handle anything Mother Nature can dish out. Experience the exhilarating ride of the CVZ. Schedule a sea trial today.
It's your turn to score big. Book a long-range adventure aboard the legendary Yankee Captains. Fish virgin waters more than 100 miles offshore for exotic queen snapper, trophy tilefish, monster grouper, and more. With a lifetime of experience, let Captain Greg Mercurio and his dedicated crew put you on a hot bite. Fish around the clock or just relax. With full galley and huge fish boxes, all you'll need to bring is your appetite for action. Now sailing from Key West year-round.
Another one on the jig. Woo!
That's grouper dynamo.
Yeah! How's that for a sea monster?
Chaos. Gear matters. Shop online or visit our new superstore for everything fishing.
Joey Accardi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram reminds you that before you can do this, you have to do this. And before you can do that, you're going to need this. Save thousands on every new Ram truck at Joey Accardi in Pompano Beach. Family owned and operated, and bringing South Florida our best deals for over 25 years. So before you can do this. And before you can do this, you have to do this. Visit joeyaccardicdjr.com.
We're on our CV270Z bay boat, fishing for, oh, just missed that one. Fishing for sheepshead up here in Tampa Bay. Got an early start this morning, and we started on a rock pile right in the middle of the bay there. So we decided to make a move and come further up into the bay, into this little industrial inlet right here. You can see there's just a ton of structure right here. We've got moving water. You got a lot of these concrete old bridge abutments. There you go. Carlos is tight.
That one ripped the line out of my hand,
and I mean, it just looks like such a great sheepshead spot, you know,
like
as you
snapper.
can see.
Is it a sheepshead?
So,
No, it's a sheepshead.
It's a little sheepshead, yep. Really cool fish, structure oriented. Everybody knows that. Bridge abutments, docks, any sort of rock or rubble. already caught a couple of smaller fish here. We're gonna work this area for a while, see if we can find some big ones. So stick around.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Nice
That's
one,
a
dude.
nice one
You
right
need
there.
a net?
Yeah, why don't you grab it for me? Just
Let's get the net going. Watch out.
just to make sure that we get this one in.
Can you bring him to me? There you go. In the bar.
Right.
That's a keeper fish.
Look at that. He just swallowed that whole shrimp right there. That little single hook is way down his throat. And you can see clearly why these things are called sheepshead. That's a decent sized fish, certainly a keeper. They need to be 12 inches. Called convicts, thieves, bait stealers, lots of nicknames for these things because they're masters at literally stealing that shrimp or stealing that mussel or clam right off the hook. But that's what we're after. And you can see that fish is just designed to live in this sort of environment. He's got like a leathery skin, real powerful tail, big powerful fin structure right there. Allows that fish to maneuver down in between the rocks to pick off shrimp and fiddler crabs. Well, that's a healthy one. I mean, they'll get up to 10, 12, 14 pounds. Get them, get them.
He hit it like a freight train, man.
Did he?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Now it's not that big, but yeah, I think it's a little mangrove.
Yep.
Decent.
You
Talk
know,
about
that's-
variety, dude.
Right, talk
Yeah.
about variety. The bay is just loaded in life, it really is, and the variety of life is just incredible. And there's always something to do, you know, year round, there's something to catch in
You can
Tampa
always
Bay.
go out.
Who knows what else is down there, man? Let's keep fishing.
Pros Tip, presented by Pelagic Gear, official apparel provider of Florida Sport Fishing TV.
You know, you've got to really imagine this fish. I know I go a little bit deep into it, but whatever species I'm targeting, including the sheepshead, I really think about the fish's habits and its habitat, its characteristics. I think about how this fish feeds, how he just wiggles his way down there in between the rocks. You know, again, his skin is like leather, it protects him. But I'll tell you, with the sensitive tackle, with the proper bait, you put in enough time, you're gonna catch him. You know, you're not gonna catch him every time, you're not gonna have a banner day every time. You just gotta put in that time, you know, you really do. And that's, there's no substitute for time spent on the water, that's for sure.
What if navigating was as simple as touch and go? It is that simple. The world's first multi-touch MFD chart plotter, Navnet TZ Touch.
Fortress, the world's best anchors. Stronger, faster, lighter. High-tech aluminum alloy makes Fortress anchors the easiest to handle. Precision machining and sharpening results in the fastest setting anchor. Fortress buries deep for the strongest holding power. With 8 models from 4 to 69 pounds, there's a Fortress anchor for you. Fortress, stronger, faster, lighter.
It's in the heartbeat, it's in the real thing. You can't make it up. It's in your soul deep. It's in the stars, the stripes, this dirt on my feet. The way I love my woman and I wish you love for me. It's in the heartbeat.
GEICO, more than just car insurance.
Pompano.
Pompano?
Pompano, buddy.
Hey guys, if you're just joining
That's
us,
awesome.
Carlos and I are here in Tampa Bay. We are sheepshead fishing, and Carlos just slayed a nice pompano, dude. You know, it just goes to show you the diversity of the fisheries here. I mean, look at that,
Pompano
dude.
in 30 feet of water, buddy.
That's right, pompano in 30 feet of water. You got him?
Crazy, yeah.
That is absolutely
That's insane.
great.
That's the deepest pompano I've ever caught.
That's right.
I mean,
When you focus your energy and you focus your efforts on these areas where there's a combination of different things happening here, we've got structure, we've got all of the rock and all of the debris. But in addition to that, we also have moving water. We've got a current that's ripping right around this corner. And when you combine the two pieces, you know, those two really important elements, the fish are gonna stack up.
It's a feeding channel.
Yeah, it really is.
This is one of the best eating fish. People that, if you don't know, now you know. This is a delicious eating fish. Digger.
Woo!
You got a digger.
Sheepshead, especially these average size fish like this, you know, 14, 15 inches, keeper size fish, they're everywhere. They're all around the state. Anybody can do this, you know, all sorts of different size boats and different anglers at different skill levels. You know, they're in Jacksonville, all the way down the East Coast, around the Keys, all the way up the West Coast, up into the Panhandle. I mean, you catch these guys anywhere there's rock, there's reef, there's jetties, there's inlets, you know, there's rubble piles in the middle of bays. You're gonna find these guys, you know, and especially in the wintertime. In the wintertime, they're gonna come in closer to shore, shallower water. They're getting ready to spawn. And that's the time to fish for them. That's the time to catch them. Carlos, you're tight?
Yep.
Nice, pal, nice.
Yep. There he is. Yeah, it's a decent
nice
fish,
one.
dude.
Let me get
Nice
you in there.
fish.
Nice job, pal.
Thank you, man. Get him.
All right.
Look at that. Let me just scoop him up real quick for you. Like that. Let's do
There's
that.
There's a net full of sheepshead right
Yeah.
there, David. Oh, bummer, man. Mine's a little bit bigger than yours.
Not so much.
I think so, dude. I think I
Not
got
so
you.
much.
A little bit fatter. Yeah, a little,
Whap yours
little
in the
bit
face,
longer and a
like
little
that.
bit fatter.
Give you a little tail whap.
Nice. Here's an interesting scenario. You got yours on a jig.
Yep.
On a jig head with a shrimp, and I'm just fishing a little single J hook with a couple of split shots. So obviously both techniques work.
They work. Yeah.
I mean, side by side,
Yep.
both
It's
techniques
just paying
work.
attention to the bite
Yep.
more than anything. Yeah.
Just put a couple more keeper sheepshead in the boat here. Let's take a break from the action. Want to talk to you real quick in detail about the rigging in our rigging station segment because it's really important. It's simple, but it's got to be done right.
Yep.
You know, it's got to be
For
done
sure.
right. Like with every other fishery, it's the details.
Well, you won't
know?
get the bite otherwise.
You're not going to get the bite and you're not going to land the fish. So this is a fat one. Look at that.
Rigging Station, presented by Diamond Fishing Products, the finest monofilament, fluorocarbon, and braided fishing line in the world.
Hey guys, successful sheepshead fishing is all about finesse and balance. These fish are lightning fast bait stealers and you need to feel every single bite. I like this 6.5 foot Chaos spinning rod, light action. It's graphite, so it's super sensitive, which is really, really important. I've got the rod matched to a Daiwa size 3000 ballistic reel loaded with 10-pound diamond braid. Again, it's all about that sensitivity, and that ultra thin diamond braid, which is about the diameter of 2-pound test, allows me to feel every bite. I've doubled up the end of my braid, about 12 inches of double line with a bimini twist or a spider hitch, and added anywhere from 24 to 30 inches of either 15 or 20-pound diamond presentation fluorocarbon with a small little streamlined Albright knot. No swivels, no hardware, no terminal tackle. From there, little split shots. Make sure you've got some 1/4 ounce, 1/16 ounce, 1/8 ounce, you know, a variety of different split shots that you can add and take away depending on the depth and the velocity of the current. You need that weight though to get that bait right down to the bottom, right in the strike zone. Finish off the rig with a #1, not a 1-0, but a #1 VMC J-hook or circle hook. Both of them will do the trick. In this particular circumstance, I like the J-hook because as soon as you feel those bites, instinctively you're going to set up. Your only other option here is a jig head, a small little jig head. Again, make sure you're prepared with a variety of sizes, 1/4 ounce, 1/8 of an ounce. What's real important is that those jig heads have that small little tiny hook. Okay, you don't want one of those jig heads with a big hook, you're gonna miss every bite. So make sure you've got the little tiny hooks on your jig heads. Again, these fish, you know, they're not gonna break any records for being the largest fish out there, but with this sort of tackle, you'll be able to appreciate the sporting qualities of just about any size sheepshead, and by using finesse and good solid connections, you'll be able to put any size fish in the boat, and you'll be able to stay tight.
Florida Sport Fishing is the #1 magazine for resident and visiting anglers. Each giant issue is packed with informative editorials, easy to follow illustrations, and tips to keep you hooked up. Subscribe today and I'll deliver the magazine to your home for only 4 cents a day. Visit FSFTV.com right now and I'll also include a hat, unlimited access to Florida Sport Fishing Digimag for your tablet and phone, and a special gift to keep you cool on and off the water.
Captain Steve Roger from Into the Blue. I just got these new bubble blade pliers in my hands and they are awesome. You got aircraft aluminum frame, the gripper is stainless steel, coated in titanium, and the cutter is tungsten. A great cutter is going to cut all the monofilament, braid, anything you got. And the best thing of all, it's got the bubble blade grip. Just like the knife, these things are not going to slip out of your hand. Awesome pair of pliers. I suggest you try them out.
Soft Science, on and off the water, I love these shoes. Amazingly lightweight, fast drying, stable, and supportive. Based on biomechanics, Soft Science shoes reduce foot and back pain and are the most comfortable footwear I've ever worn. And when you stand on the deck of a boat all day, that makes a big difference. Anglers and boaters demand shoes that are slip resistant, non-marking, and stain and odor resistant, and Soft Science delivers. Dozens of fashionable styles and colors available at softscience.com.
Florida Sport Fishing TV proudly utilizes and endorses MotorGuide trolling motors. Precise control and accuracy in challenging conditions means better fishing. Tropic Trailer, Florida's largest trailer dealer, has the right boat, cargo, or utility trailer at the right price. BioGreen Clean, the first heavy-duty, environmentally friendly multi-surface cleaner that actually works. Tsunami, hard plastic poppers and stick baits designed to deplete local fish populations. Please practice catch and release. Frigid Rigid, from 35 to 300 quarts, the finest coolers, fish coffins, and freezers on the water.
Hey guys, welcome back to Florida Sport Fishing TV. If you're just joining us, great day, great episode. We're in Tampa Bay, Sheepshead fishing, catching some really nice fish. We started off the day out here in the middle of the bay on some rubble that's down here, some little rock piles. And then, we transitioned. We went up and fished a little bit of an industrial area, which was really cool. Caught some sheepshead up by a little jetty up there. That was neat. And that bite kind of tapered off. So we decided to come end the day back here on this rock, where we caught some quality fish this morning. Talked a lot about tackle. We talked a lot about positioning, a lot about baits. We showed you, how to rig for these things and to really pay attention for that bite because they're notorious bait stealers. They really, really are.
They're thieves.
So yeah, that's for sure. I mean, you can expect to miss probably 10 fish for every one that you catch. I don't care how good you are. Nevertheless, we're gonna sit here, spend a few more minutes, try and catch a few more and see what happens here. So stick around, let's see if we can catch a couple. Got them that time.
Yeah, that's a big one, Mike. Get the net.
Dude, he's 8 inches.
Really? That's 8 inches?
Well,
are you sure?
Might be a little bit bigger.
Are you sure?
Try not to lose this one. Ooh, that's a good one, dude. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, yeah, baby. That's a good one. Nice. That's what I'm talking about right there.
8 inches. 8 inches,
hey,
right? 8
I'll
inches.
tell you what. That right there. Hold on. Calm down.
He's gonna spike you.
Hold on.
He doesn't like you, he's gonna spike you.
He's not gonna touch me. Hey, that's Tampa Bay sheepshead fishing, baby. Florida sport fishing style. Nice. What I like to do is kind of just thread it right on there like that. Leave that hook exposed, just like that. Got another good one? Yeah, that's a good one. You could flip that one, no?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
I don't know. Get him.
No,
hurry up.
Let's get a net, dude. Let's get a net. Another fatty. Another fatty.
I don't want to lose him.
No.
Yeah, he's heavy, dude.
Yes.
Yes.
Here. It's all yours.
Oh, yeah, so you can, I know. So I want to share with you guys just a quick tip that I've noticed over the years that's worked well for me is just paying really close attention to which way the current is flowing and how you position yourself. So here we've got the current coming kind of straight at us. It's getting pushed behind the boat. So what I'm doing is I'm pitching up current. So that way when the bait settles, just like Mike's bait just settled, he gets worked, okay? And you'll feel the bite almost immediately because you have no slack in your line. And there he is right there.
Get him?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. A rasp or a little sea bass. But you could feel the bites a lot better by doing that.
I'm gonna let you grab him. There you go.
In the boat.
Another nice Tampa Bay sheepshead, baby. Hey, I'll tell you what, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. We had an absolutely awesome time in Tampa Bay sheepshead fishing. You know, again, I can't stress it enough. You've got to include this species in your overall lineup. You know, it's not all about the snook, the redfish, the trout. Sheepshead, okay? Great fighting fish, abundant, great on the dinner table, and a lot of fun to catch. A lot of fun to catch. You know, we talked about tackle. We talked about getting on the spots and fishing the rubble and the reef and the rock. We talked about the local knowledge too, and I can't say enough. You know, if you're unfamiliar with this area or you want to visit this area and get in on this bite, check out CaptainJohnRivers.com. Captain John Rivers Inshore Charters. This guy knows this area like the back of his hand. A big thank you to John for being our camera boat on this trip here. And I'll tell you what, that's the result right there.
It puts you on the sheep.
Put you on the sheepshead, that's for sure. So, hey, we'll get
Nothing
this
wrong
guy
with
on
that.
ice, see if we can catch a few more, and we're out of here. Don't forget to check us out on the web, floridasportfishing.com, facebook.com/Florida Sport Fishing, and get your gear at floridasportfishing.com/shop. We're going to catch some more.
To learn more about the tactics and techniques seen on today's show and to subscribe to Florida Sport Fishing Magazine, visit floridasportfishing.com and get hooked up.